So welcome back in the new video. In this video I'm going to show you create a file system, and create file system called EX294 with help of LVM and mount it to a directory. So we will create LVM, we will format with a file system called EX294 and we will mount it to the directory. So we will do this task at this test group, that is 102 host. So let's SSH to the test host. Sorry, 102 IP, yeah, lsplk to check all the disks. So if you see here, STB is available and it is unused and has size of 2 GB. So we will create file system with the help of this disk. So what are the steps that we are going to do? So first we will create a partitions and we will use a module name parted. We will create volume group with the module name LVG. We will create logical volume with the help of lvol module, and we will format with ext4 with the help of module file system, and we will create one directory where we will be mounting that file system, and we will be adding that entry inside the fs tab and mount it. So first let's create one playbook called new lvol.yaml. Next we will be performing it on test and tasks section. First we will create the file system. So let me exit from here and cbal doc, and then first we will need to create partitions. So we will use parted, and let's go to the example section. So if you want to create a partition with all available size, then we can use this module. If you want to create a partitions of particular size, we can use this example. So since I'm going to use all of the available space in the partition, so I will use this one, copy, paste it here, just correct the indentation. So yeah, fs type we don't need this. So what this will do is it will use dev stb. It will create one partition, that is partition 1, and state present means it will do this task. So now we need to create the volume group with the help of that. So we will go here and we will search for a module group called lbg and hit enter. Go to example section. Okay, so if you want to specify physical extent size, we can use that. If you don't, we can just use this module remaining part. So let's paste it here. So it is having one comment here, so I'm description here. So in our case it will be stb1. So stb1 I will name the volume group at myvg, and it will use stb1. right now we need to create the logical volume from that volume group. So for that we need to use lvol module. Go to example section and let's search it here. So copy it and paste it here. Okay, so since our volume group name is here myvg, so I will just change it myvg. I will name the logical volume as mylb size. So if you don't specify here any unit, it will be in MB, but if you want it in GB or TB, you can just specify that. So in my case, I want to create a logical volume of this is size 512 MB, so I will leave as it is. Now what we need to do is we need to format this logical volume myvg with ext4. For that we need to use module called file system. Let's copy this and paste it here. So file system I will use ext4, so I will name this one. Since we are not using disk here, we are using logical volume, so we have to give the path. So dev bg and then lv name, right? So this will format the lvm with ext4 file system. So I will just check the comment here. Now we need to create the directory where we will be mounting the our file system. So for that we need to use the module called file, and let's go to the example section. So how we can create directory? So to create directory we need to use this example, paste it here, correct the indentation, So since we are going to create directory, so I just use this example like a state directory. So I'm going to create directory called my LBM mount point. So I will name like this. Now finally we need to mount, and for that we need to put the entry in the etc/fs tab. That is fs tab, we have to add entry just like this. So for that module name is mount. Go to example and then use this. So I think we can use different one, or we can use this one. So let's copy this, paste it here, correct the indentation. So path is where we want to mount it. So we want to mount it at this location. So copy it and paste it here. Source will be our this path of the logical volume. So copy this, paste it here. So we are going to use the fs EX294. So I will enter fs tab EX294 option. So we can just leave default. So if we leave default, the example would be right like this. We will get default value here, right? And then state present, but we can use another option here. So let me go to the example. So we can use state mounted if we want that on next reboot it will be mounted. So state instead of present, I will name it as a mounted. So let's save this playbook and check the syntax. So seems like there is some indentation problem. So let's correct that. Next. So task not a valid attribute for the play. Sorry, it is not task, it is tasks, right? So save this playbook, check the syntax again. This time the syntax seems fine. So let's run the playbook. Now the playbook is successfully executed. Now let's SSH to the system 102 and check that the partition is created or not. So if you see here, one STB is created and logical volume is volume group and logical volume is also created to verify if it is mounted. If you see here, it is successfully mounted. Now to verify the option inside the fs tab, if you see here dev volume group logical volume, where we want to mount the mount path file system EX294, we have used nothing option, so it is default, but if we require read only or other options, we can use that. And so this is the way to create the LBM.